If you've been following the channel, something you might know is I am very into the MMA online community, what they think of things. I'm very into MMA meme culture. Today, I wanted to take a look at the UFC subreddit and take a look at what were the top posts throughout the week, whether it was memes, just clips in general, or fun stuff to take a look at. We're going to take a look at what went viral within the MMA community this week. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with many YouTube channels. Guys, let's get right into it. The top post throughout the entire week for UFC subreddit is the pain in his voice hurts, man. You can tell DJ loves MMA, and I'm sorry I used the wrong. One day I'll get used to these, man. One day. So, if you guys don't know, of course, Mighty Mouse did retire from the sport, and he had his little choke up moment that has been going around. And actually, something that I love is you can just tell. Listen to this. He's trying to hold it in real bad.
Thank you to Matt. Thank you to my wife.
He was trying so hard, man.
Thank you to my wife. Thank you to my children. My mother-in-law. Father-in-law. Fuck.
Yeah, it was such a really emotional thing. And something that I really hate is when people try to have these emotional moments and like the tears never come, and you can just tell that they're just fabricating it so the fans will be like, oh my god, what an emotional guy, oh my god, we love him, you go king, like stuff like that. But you can just tell, man, that DJ is being completely sincere, and he really does love MMA, like just like the post says over here. Sorry, I did it again. The pain in his voice hurts, man. You can tell DJ loves MMA. I'm gonna miss him, dude. But hey, you know what, at least he'll still be streaming. At least he'll still have his channel around. Let's take a look at something else that went viral within the community. I'm not familiar with this, and I have never seen this clip. Gang member bet $1,000 that he could beat up a UFC heavyweight. This is weird, okay? And the reason probably why I haven't seen this is because it's from, I believe, Adam22, Adam Podcast.
No, you're not as tough as a UFC fighter, so imagine how bad they would be.
The fuck you mean they ain't tough? What the fuck you mean? They're not as tough as me. Fuck wrong with you?
What?
What the fuck wrong with you?
Okay.
This is, I don't know if this is staged or not, to be honest with you. I don't know. I don't watch this podcast. I don't know if this is something that they typically do.
Right. You're not a Brock Lesnar. I'm sorry.
I'm not in that motherfucking damn Brock Lesnar.
The UFC is different than the county jail. It's a different level of competition.
Throw me in the cage, then.
I'm sure Dana would love to throw you. You want to go to MMA gym?
Throw me in the cage.
Yeah, just feed him. We know that Sean Strickland will fight him. That's no issue. Give him to Sean Strickland. I'd be A-okay with that. But I'm not going to listen to this whole thing, man. It's just another one of those classic things where people think that they think they're so good at fighting until they actually end up fighting somebody who knows how to fight, which is really weird. Let's continue on to another post that went viral. Bro will make Khamzat cry next. Khamzat Chimaev. And this is something like, man, I saw this going around. We need to get back for the title for the normal people, man. This is, oof. Okay, I didn't see that part. This, you know, I can't say that on YouTube. You just focus on trying to make it to a fight, any fight, Drix du Plessis. And could you just imagine if he made Sean Strickland, Israel Adesanya, and Khamzat Chimaev cry in back-to-back press conferences? The guy would be the GOAT of trash talk, no matter what. Dude, I need to see this. Becoming a big DDP fan for the reason, for the way he's been trash talking people. Anyways, another post that went viral within the community is why. I had dinner at a really nice restaurant, DC, and DC talking to Habib. Habib, I eat food in my mouth. And you know, Daniel Cormier, I think he's talked about this where he speaks like I don't know what you want to call it, like broken English over to Habib. I don't know if Habib was learning the language or something like that. Maybe one of the comments can clarify that. The brother whisper, clearly he's got something figured out. Coming from someone who's worked with people internationally, once you build a camaraderie with them, you'll do the same thing. It's just a way to communicate with your buddies that don't speak great English. You look stupid speaking 100% grammatically and punctually correct English when it flies right over their heads. Oh, that's actually very interesting. Okay. The reply to that says, that's so relatable. I used to have a decent English, not my first language, and then I moved abroad and started working with people with varying levels of English. Opposite to my expectations, I think my English is deteriorating because I always try to tone it down when I speak. That's really interesting. That makes a lot of sense, though, to be honest with you. I know, I think I remember hearing something about Daniel Cormier. Like, maybe Habib didn't know the language or something like that. I could be wrong about that, but I remember hearing something about that. Now, GSP did respond to that picture that's been going around Twitter this week. What a lineup in that picture, and it's the greatest of all time fighters in the MMA, in the sport of MMA, since DJ retired. This picture has been everywhere. You have the greats John Jones, Demetrius Johnson, GSP, Anderson Silva, and Habib Nurmagomedov. Whether or not you think that this is the proper lineup, or if you think these fighters are part of the greatest of all time group, I think this is a really, really cold and cool photo. Let's continue on to another post. This picture says it all. One of the coldest pictures in the history of MMA. Habib Nurmagomedov staring down Conor after he just knocked down Jose Aldo. Where is Khabib in this picture? Am I stupid? Hang on, I'm going to bring this up. Am I stupid? Where's... Oh, there he is. I can't zoom into it. There he is. He's right here. That's actually wild, dude. To be ready to feed on Conor McGregor, man. Let's keep going. Only DJ can pull something off like this. The doctor looks at my brain scan and goes, Demetrius, your brain has not aged one bit out of your whole entire career, and you've obviously gotten smarter. You read more eloquently. You enunciate your words better than you did in 2012. You're lucky. That's actually, I've been following Mighty Mouse for a little while, and it seems like the dude's only gotten smarter over the years. So actually, it's true. Only DJ can pull off something like this, but he's taken quite like a fair amount of head trauma in his fights. Not as much as some fighters, but still very, very interesting. I'm glad to see that he's okay health-wise. Now, something that has been talked about the past couple days is Raul Rosas Jr., bro, already thinking about retirement. 19-year-old Raul Rosas Jr. wants to become the youngest UFC champion in history, defend the title a few times, and retire by 25 years old. Now, I think this is a very, very admirable thing to do. I think it's great to have goals like that, to want to get out of the game, to want to live your life. But the problem is, I don't like when fighters constantly parade like, hey, I'm going to do this and retire a couple of years. I want a title shot. Like, you think the UFC is going to build you up to be a star and build you and even give you a title shot if you're going to take off in a couple of years? Like, that's crazy to me. And I don't know how like, well this will age or anything like that, but I just don't think it's a good thing to really vocalize. Let's continue on. I dislike DDP, but this is so impressive. Robert Whittaker knockout, Sean Strickland split decision, Israel Adesanya submission. That actually is like really, really crazy, and nobody would ever guessed, right? Dricus Du Plessis having like the run of a century over here. Very, very cool to see from DDP, man. Very, very cool. Let's continue on. Oh, I saw this, man. I saw this already. I sent it to my friends immediately. I don't know who thought of this. I don't know where it came from. When Leon Edwards getting dropped on his head. Headshot dent. I love the internet, man. I love the MMA community. So, dude, MMA memes are among some of the best memes that you could just have on the entire internet, okay? So good. Doing crap like this is so blatantly should have repercussions. I'm not here to, like, talk about this because I don't know if I've actually talked about this, to be honest with you. I don't recall if I've ever made a video, like, just mentioning it or talking about the recent fights. But I can't help but laugh at Vanessa Demopoulos' face. Look at this one. The one on the left. Help me. She's got her fingers. Oh, I'm sorry. It's so funny. That was horrible cheating, but it's okay. I know MMA fans prefer a finish, but what 5-round fight was worth every minute, dude? I'm just here to see a good fight. I'm here to see some technique. Sometimes the 5-round wars are better than the finish. Now, Poirier versus Hooker, that's a really, really good one. There was too much damage for either fighter to go for the full 5 rounds, yet it still went to decision. So true. Jones versus Gustafsson, 100%. Bigfoot Silva versus Mark Hunt, 1. Dude, that was an insane fight. There's so many. And Shogun Hua versus Dan Henderson, 1. That was one of the greatest 5-round wars you'll ever see. Let's continue on. Dana gets mad at getting called out for glazing John. Oh, here we go. All right, let's see what we got here.
Check it out. First fight's about to start right now. Stop riding Jones. Shut the fuck up. Look at the stats. Read them. Best of all time, and he is the pound-for-pound best
I love that he can't get away from the oil up comments.
fighter in the world. Ride that, motherfucker.
He's saying this at like what, the Contender Series? Yeah, Dana White Contender Series is live. That's so funny. I gotta
Stop riding Jones. Shut the fuck up.
had to do a little bit of a jump cut there because the something very, very inappropriate was something I scrolled down to in the comments over there. Let's continue on over to the next post. Chael's greatest mispronunciation. If you guys haven't heard this is so good. You guys got to listen to this.
When Sean does it, he's getting guys to respect it. And if the work rate of Marab is to decrease, if we don't see those 200 shots you were talking about earlier, it's going to be a big problem for Dishalavili.
I don't know if Chael does this on purpose. My gut's telling me that he does. I know a lot of people like to talk about CTE, and I know like he's always been kind of bad with names, but he's also always mispronounced names just for the sake of it, right? It's so good, dude. Is this a Zabit pronunciation? Zabig Nurbocheriabob? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know what to think about Chael. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about that. Let's continue on. Oh my god, I've seen this post too. Chandler, the fight is happening, and Conor McGregor currently just pouring some drinks, having a blast. Probably coked out of his mind. I love it, dude. It just continues on. I don't think I've seen the rest of this. I saw the first clip ever. Conor just giving people drinks, drinking it up, partying. Dude, it must really hurt Chandler. Did he say we are USA? But yeah, it's unfortunate, man. Michael Chandler now is fighting Charles Oliveira, as you guys definitely know. Check out that video. We cover everything that you missed over there. Let's continue on to the next post. I still find it crazy DDP made Adesanya cry and then beat him up for it. It's so true. Oh, I love how ruthless this community is, man. DDP really made Adesanya cry and then beat him up for crying. I love it. One of the comments over here, that fight was sick. I gotta stop looking at comments because, again, ran into something very, very inappropriate. Let's continue on. If one matters, they all do. And this is something that I have seen thrown around as well. Charles Oliveira grabbing the gloves, and everybody is okay with it. Everybody loves Charles Oliveira, but as soon as Jacqueline Amaram does it, they freak out. I think this is a big problem in the MMA community, and this is something that I wholeheartedly believe people should really take a look at, because they won't care when their favorite fighter cheats, but when somebody on the prelims does it, they care a lot and want the rules enforced. Guys, if you want to hear a little bit more about that and issues with the UFC, I have a whole video that I think you guys should check out, the good and bad about every MMA promotion that I watch. We talk about things that the UFC has issues with, things like the fingers inside the gloves, stuff like that. I would love to have you guys over there. Take care, everybody.